She's an extreme athlete and a businesswoman. And on top of that, she's a mom and wife who wants women to empower themselves through running. In studio, here tonight on the Scorecard, let's welcome Nicole, Dominique, Wuthrich-de Cruz. Nicole, welcome.
Thank you so much. Good evening.
Thank you so much. Please have a seat. So did I get your Swiss name correct this time around? Because
yes.
a while ago when I read it as Wuthrich, so it's
Yes.
Wuthrich.
It's Wuthrich.
Wuthrich,
Yeah.
excuse
Yes.
me, Wuthrich. Okay, Swiss.
Swiss, yeah.
All right, Nicole, tell me about yourself. I mean, of course, we're gonna get to your event later on, but running, you were telling me earlier when we met that it wasn't really your thing in the beginning.
That's right. So I started first hating running, so I'm not really into running before. So my main sport was taekwondo, downhill longboarding, a lot of sports, but not running. These sports that I'm into before were mostly outbursts of energy, right?
Yeah.
So it's anaerobic as compared to running. You really have to run a long distance. So for me, when running long distance, it tires me, and at the same time, it made me reflect a lot of things, but I'm still not there at the finish line. But I'm happy to say now that because of running and being a mom, it gave me peace. So it gave me more time for myself, which I really enjoyed.
So to those who don't know, Nicole here is the wife of the famous coach Rio de la Cruz. Okay, so we know that Coach Rio has his own thing, Run Rio, but then you decided to venture into your own, although you told me also earlier that you're the VP in his organization also, so you do have some knowledge with regards to running these types of events. But how did the inspiration come about to come up with your own venture and your own thing?
That's right. So I'm actually helping out also at Run Rio because
Yes.
I'm the VP. So I started Run Rio with him, but I also started Women's Run PH. So Women's Run PH came about because I really want to celebrate and empower women through running. And of course, being a mom, there are a lot of things that you juggle with life. So I really thought of empowering these women, not only moms, but also athletes, students. So our event is not just about running, but it goes past beyond running. So I created a platform for women wherein we get to connect, we get to share our experiences and give advice to each other.
And I understand that the idea and the inspiration came about during the pandemic, is that correct?
That's right. So during pandemic, I saw you running on the treadmill and I said to myself, maybe I should try that too because I already got bored of doing the usual things that I do. So maybe it's time for me to check it out, you know, try it out also by myself. So when I tried it, I started first with 500 meters and then afterwards increased the distance to 1 kilometer and eventually increasing and increasing it. And then by the time that I don't get to run before I do my actual workout, it feels like it's not complete.
Something was missing.
Yes, that's right. So that's when I started, I think I'm starting to love running already.
And you were also telling me before that your husband was really trying to get you into it and you were always around him, but for some strange reason, it just wasn't your thing. And then by a stroke of good luck, maybe we can say that, you got hooked.
That's right, that's right.
All right. So now that you started it, and I want to congratulate you because nag 1 year na pala and you're going to be celebrating your anniversary with your Women's Run PH this month. So talk about how this event started and your vision when you established this organization of yours.
So we started last year and it was so hard at first because, you know, creating an event just for women and seeing the statistics that 30% are women and then 70% men. And in terms of business side, well, that's not a good number, right? So, but for me, I really want to increase the women participation in this sport. So that's why I really worked hard for it so that we will be able to increase the women. And seeing now, we started with only 1,000 last year.
Wow,
1,
so the first event is 1,000.
1,700 women.
Okay.
And then, now we are 6,000 women. Imagine
Wow.
the jump.
6,000 who registered for this upcoming one.
Yes, that's
Wow.
right.
So that's a more than like 300% increase.
Yeah, that's right. So, but it doesn't happen overnight because, you know, what I did here, I really worked hard for it. I made sure that all throughout the year, I was able to help the women, giving them free training runs. So that way, all throughout, until the event day, we will be able to, you know, increase women and give them sense of self-confidence and also they have to make sure that they don't doubt themselves in joining these kinds of events.
Nicole, I'm looking at the videos here. Nakakatuwa. You guys really painted UP pink. And this is the Barbie pink that we are seeing right here. I understand the colors play a huge factor with your events. So after the Barbie pink in UP, you had the purple at MOA.
That's right.
And then ngayong October, your third run, ano naman ang kulay? Ano ba ang theme ngayon with the 6,000 participants?
It's baby pink.
So baby pink, a lighter shade of pink. Okay, there's
Yeah.
the one for MOA.
That's right, 5,300.
Tumaas din yung bilang.
That's right, oo.
Okay. How much is the registration fee per participant?
So for 5 kilometers, it's 1,200 for regular rate, but
Okay.
usually we have promo naman din for that. And then for 10 kilometers, it's 1,400. So those
Okay.
are the only distances that I offered. But last year, I only offered 5 kilometers because I don't want
Yeah.
them to feel that it's competitive, or I want them to feel more like it's friendly for beginners.
Sometimes kasi it's very intimidating
That's right.
when you see like the 10K and the 15K, and then sometimes on social media, pag nakikita mo yung mga kaibigan mo na nagpo-post ng ganito, parang, teka muna, baka hindi pa tayo ready for that. So I think this is a good introductory way to get people to run, especially women and young girls. Now, because we're here on the Billionaire News Channel, I do have to ask you a little bit about the business side to it. You also entered the business in a way to also earn, right? Aside from events being for charity. So how does that work with regards to mounting an event like this?
Yes. So when you mount an event, you always have to make sure also, and put it in your mind that the longer the distance, the more expensive it gets.
I see.
So for me to start an event first, that's why I started with 5 kilometers, because it's friendlier and more, because I'm subsidizing the whole event, right? So, you know, I want to make sure that I can also be able to sustain it. So for me to sustain it, I need to get sponsors.
Okay.
So you have to present every day. You really have to work hard for it in order for you to earn. But from the start, you won't be able to earn much because it's given the statistics.
Yeah.
It's a huge risk for me, but I was able to take that because I really believe in my vision in creating this into a reality.
And I believe that the more you do this, the bigger and stronger and connected the community of women who run get.
Yes.
All right. Now, I'm also very excited for your upcoming plans because after the second UP run, your third run all in all for Women Running PH, you have one in Iloilo in November. Is that right?
Yes. So this is the first time that we're going to have a regional event. So it's going to be in Iloilo because that's my hometown. So this one is a huge risk for me because, of course, running there is not that as big as here in Metro Manila yet. So with that, there's just only few women joining, but you know, it's part of my advocacy is to really increase the women participation. So knowing that there are just few women joining in this event, I think there's a stronger opportunity for me to help women out in joining and be part of this fitness lifestyle.
Yeah, you know, I find it cool, Nicole, that you're going back to Iloilo, considering the running craze now. A lot of people are in their runner era and enjoying running here in Manila. But yun nga, now that you mentioned it, I'm kind of wondering if running is as big, yun nga, in a place like Iloilo.
It's growing.
It's
but
growing also
yes,
there.
it's
Okay.
also it's far from Metro Manila what it is now, but it's going to catch up eventually. So that's why I really want Iloilo to you know be like this here also in Metro Manila.
And
But I also want them to experience Women's Run PH there.
And I'm sure you bringing it there will only increase awareness with regards to the area and the community. Now, being in this business, and I'm sure you get a lot of advice from your husband, but for you personally, being able to have your own baby, your own business, so to speak. What are some of the lessons that you have learned managing and the feeling? I'm sure it's such a great feeling of fulfillment to be able to come up with this kind of event.
Oh, that's right. So I'm very happy that because of my determination and the will to make this a reality, my takeaway here is that if you believe in your dream and if you have that vision, you just really have to work hard for it. And I've faced a lot of challenges and obstacles in creating this one, and I'm sure, but I never gave up. So that's the most important thing. And what's nice here is that when you know that you're already making an impact, not just because of the event, but also the women who are joining, they started reaching out to me and saying that, being thankful that I created this platform for them, and we get to connect and help each other out. So I'm very happy that I was able to help them in their journey.
And I'm sure you're going to continue to touch lives as your event continues to grow. Kindly invite everybody to support and also lay out the upcoming events for your Women's Run PH.
Okay, so everyone, thank you so much for supporting Women's Run PH. We are officially sold out for our Manila leg this October 20, but we also have November 10, which is in Iloilo. So I would like to invite all the Ilongas, please join na kamo. I'll see you this week. I'll be joining you in our training run there. And then Davao also, we're gonna have one this January 19.
And there you have it. Nicole de la Cruz for at Women's Run PH. Nicole, thank you very much for your time and congratulations and best of luck.
Thank you so much for having me.